What's going on, boys? Welcome back. Today we're finally taking my Stark VARG EX out of her crate. I've had this thing for like a month now. I've just been so slammed with other stuff that I literally haven't even taken it out the crate yet. You can see she's still all boxed up and we are all kinds of prepared already. I got the full custom Supermoto wheel setup going on. 320 front brake rotor. We got the custom rotor in the rear, sprocket over there, titanium bolts. We got the whole works going on. I already got my stunt brake kit going right here as well. So we got the master cylinder, dual caliper bracket, Brembo caliper for the handbrake. Got all kinds of carbon lined up as well. We got frame cover, engine cover. I think they call those a clutch cover, but still just basically a motor cover, swing arm cover, fork guards, bottom fork guards, and a bash guard. So we have our work cut out for us today. Of course, step one, I need to get this baby off and on a stand. Then we're gonna take off these stock wheels because who rides these things in the dirt? Am I right? This is an EX, baby. This thing's made for the road. I'm about to throw these Supermoto wheels on and then we're gonna take this baby for a spin. So let's get her out the crate, get her on the stand, and get to it. Alrighty, boys, we got her up on the stand now. She is looking so sexy. The next step basically is to put on the handlebars, put on the front fender, and then take off that rear wheel, put the Supermotos on. Actually, I lied. We gotta take the plastics off, run the brake line through it, then we'll put the rear wheel on, put the handbrake on, and then we just gotta put the carbon on, and she's all done. So I'm basically just gonna start with the handlebars, I guess, take the plastics off, and then we'll go from there. The 2025 Stark VARG EX. This thing is an absolute beauty. I love my Stark. Before I get absolutely destroyed in the comment section, yes, I've rode this thing already. This is not my first ride on it. Woo! The compression right now on my fork and my shock is set way too tight. I really should have fixed that before we came out here. But this is, in fact, my second ride, not my first. My first ride was on Monday. I took this baby over to Mini Monday, had an absolute blast, got used to it, got comfortable. If you guys know anything about Stark VARGs, when you first get on them, especially on a day like today where it's only 65 degrees, they don't like to brake very well until you get them warm. So, no wheelies yet. We're starting out this ride by getting on a highway. Horrible idea, am I right or am I right? But we're not going far. This thing sounds like a freaking rocket ship, boys. Little 70-mile-an-hour pull for you guys right there. Oh my gosh. So where we are right now is the world of Dr. Evermore. This is a sculpture museum out here in the land of cheese. Yes, we took a drive and we made it to the land of the cheese. I'm really hoping I don't have to like park and walk in. I was really hoping to ride into this place. Yeah, I think we're chilling. I think, yeah, it looks like we're chilling. Delaney's surplus store. Bro, it is so random. It's all made out of metal too. This is so neat. Are those horns? Those look like horns. And what is this? A giant bug or something? I figured since it's the first time on the Stark, I'd take you guys somewhere cool instead of just like taking it out, you know, right by the house and driving through the woods and doing all the normal stuff. Look at this though, boys. Oh my God. This is so neat. There's so much like creativity. That's a cool old fire truck maybe? I've never seen that brand of vehicle. Whoa, what is this? Boys, is this a boat car? What? I need one of those. And don't think that this is where it all stops. We're not just looking at a little sculpture museum and then, oh yeah, I like my Stark. That's not the end of the video. Just wait until you boys see where I'm going to be taking you. That is cool. A giant guitar sculpture man thing.
I don't want to like go against their rules and bother anybody, but I do want to drive back here and show you guys these stairs really quick. I wish I had the creativity to build something like this. Because like I know how to work with metal and stuff like that, but I'm just not quite creative enough to. Now that is cool though. If you guys are familiar with liminal spaces, liminality, you've seen my Instagram posts about that kind of stuff. This right here to me screams liminal at night. Oh my God. Put a couple of like orange, old incandescent bulbs over it. That'd be so neat. Just look at the stuff this guy has come up with. Imagine the hours and hours he's put into creating these. Bro, what? Just a random exercise bike from like the 50s or 60s. That's also pretty futuristic and robotic looking. Kind of reminds me of like Futurama, the TV show. Dragon snake looking thingamabobbers. Just imagine building a place like this. I mean, what? Giant telescope? Like, are you kidding me? Could only imagine getting a little bit toasted, a little fried, and coming to a place like this in the evening time or nighttime. No way, is that the old bus from the Tommy Bartlett show? Isn't that in like the Dells or something like that? That is neat. Ew, there's bugs in there, gross. Whoa, what the heck? What are these? Yeah, like these don't even seem real. It looks like something straight out of like a movie. We need to buy this from them and fix it up, make it electric. Yo, what the hell? I know there's definitely not video surveillance over here. I'm also not going to trespass, don't get me wrong. I just want to take a little peek-a-roni. I don't know what this machine is, but it looks big and neat. What's that? Oh, I'm not going to. I was just looking at it, thank you. I don't know what this thing is, but it looks so big. It's like a giant sewing machine or something like that. There's so much like random stuff. It's like just a collection of like things and items and... Troy O. Every. Meta Happiness, 1987. Huh. No way, boys. It's an old phone booth, I think. I've never actually seen a phone booth like this in person before. Is this your guys' place here?
Yeah, it is. Are we live streaming or what's up?
Oh, I just do YouTube. So I stopped and talked to the owner of this place. I didn't want to put her on the spot with the camera, so I turned it off. But I guess it's her father's art museum, and he was a demolition guy for big factories back like in the 1900s when they were starting to like knock down the old factories and stuff and put up new ones. I guess he was a demolition guy, and that's where all the stuff in there came from, and then he put it together. So like this big ball right here is a muffler from a factory, and I guess what it did is it muffled loud machinery and made it a little bit quieter. So interesting. Dr. Evermore's Studio and Art Park. Very neat. Now to the meat and the potatoes of this exploration. So first, let's talk about Gen 1, Gen 2 Stark VARGs. So the normal MX Stark, when they first came out with it, I guess there was some issues with the powertrain, some issues with the charging setup. So they got rid of the Gen 1s and they came out with the Generation 2 Starks. Now they sound different. They sound like this one does. A little bit more of a high-pitched whine. The charging port, let's try to show you guys this while I'm driving, right? Oh, somebody totally lives in that. That's sick. But the charging port was here. Now it's here. If you guys can see, you can hear how loud this thing is too. That was one of the major changes when they went to the Gen 2. And then the powertrain reliability was the other big change. So when they first came out the Gen 1s, a lot of people were having issues where they'd go to turn their bike on one day and it's just bricked, dead, won't turn on, or it would overheat. Now, don't come at me like I know everything that I'm talking about here. This is just a consensus that I've heard from the community and other Stark owners. I've owned 2 Generation 1 Stark VARGs, and I've never owned a Gen 2. This is my first ever Gen 2 technically. It's an EX, not a Gen 2. Anyways, main differences you'll notice on the EX versus an MX is you have a headlight, you have indicators in the front, you have this super sleek integrated tail light with indicators in the rear, which is super neat. I really like the way they designed that. Oh man, I bent the hell out of my plate too. It should technically have more range. I honestly can't tell you off the top of my head what the claim is. I think it's like 40% more range, but don't quote me on that.
I don't really know. I don't remember. But those are the main differences in the EX versus the MX. And then let me tell you guys one more little fact. So you see this right here? See how this is aluminum? The Gen 1s, this is plastic, not aluminum. Don't quote me on this because I didn't do a ton of research. What I'm telling you guys here is just what I've heard word on the street and the little bit that I've read from Stark. The frame design is different. The battery design or the makeup of the battery is different. So I believe it has the same amount of horsepower and less torque. Again, don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. I believe these are the differences.
Stay good, Starky. Hello, sir. Holy cow, guys. I've never seen anything like this in the Midwest. There's just a human over there climbing a rock. Look at this though, boys.